The first time I heard the rumors about something buried under the desert, I ignored them, because people in small towns always invent stories to make life less boring. But one night while driving home past an abandoned stretch of highway, my radio suddenly started picking up a faint signal. Not music, not news, just a low humming tone that rose and felt like breathing. Then a voice whispered under the hum, speaking words that did not belong to any language I knew. The radio shut off and the dashboard lights flickered, as if something unseen had just passed through the car. I slowed down because the air outside felt heavy, and the sky over the desert shimmered with a strange pale glow. A thin line of light cut across the dunes, like a crack opening through the sand. I pulled over even though every part of me said to keep driving. Curiosity always wins until it kills you. When I stepped out of the car, the ground vibrated softly, like a heartbeat pulsing from deep below. Wind stopped. Sound vanished. The desert turned unnaturally still. Then a second pulse hit stronger, almost knocking me off balance. The pale glow brightened, revealing a massive sinkhole that had not been there seconds ago. At the bottom, something metallic reflected the moonlight. A ship. Smooth, curved surface, partly exposed like the desert, had been hiding it for centuries, only now deciding to let it breathe. The humming tone grew, louder, the same one the radio had played earlier. It was coming from the ship, calling to me like a voice beneath water. I climbed down carefully, sliding through sand until I reached the base. The surface of the craft was cold yet pulsing, with faint light moving in patterns, like veins under skin. When I touched it, the patterns shifted, reacting to my hand. The hum rose, and I felt something slip into my mind like a presence, searching through my thoughts as if trying to remember me. A panel slid open, revealing a corridor glowing with dim blue light. Against every instinct, I stepped inside. The air was thick and cold. Walls moved slightly like they were alive, adjusting to my presence. The floor had no texture, yet it felt like walking on soft pressure. Strange symbols flowed across the walls, forming shapes I could almost understand but not fully. A voice echoed in the distance, faint, mechanical, but emotional, like someone begging me to keep walking. I reached a chamber at the center of the craft. In the middle floated a sphere of shifting liquid metal spinning silently. Tiny sparks fired inside it like stars being born and dying within seconds. I felt the presence again, stronger, now pressing into my mind. Images flashed before me: deserts, oceans, cities, night skies, but none of them were ours. Alien landscapes, towering structures, floating islands, and creatures that looked like living shadows moving through light. I staggered back, and the sphere pulsed as if apologizing. Then another flash appeared. This time, human soldiers. Explosions. Machines drilling into the ship. The sphere dimmed as if in pain. The images continued, showing men in black uniforms securing the desert, turning this place into a research zone, sealing the ship beneath layers of metal and concrete. But something went wrong. Something inside the ship woke up. Something the soldiers could not control. I heard movement behind me. Soft clicking sounds echoing down the corridor. I hid behind a structure and watched a figure enter the chamber. At first it looked human, but its movements were wrong. Too smooth. Too slow. Like someone replaying a memory of walking. Its body shifted under its suit, forming unnatural angles for a moment before snapping back to normal shape. The thing turned its head, and the face was not a face at all. Just a mask stretched tight over shifting features. The sphere pulsed sharply, and the creature reacted, twitching violently, as if the ship itself had disturbed it. I crawled deeper into the chamber, keeping silent. The creature sniffed the air, and its head twisted too far to the side, listening. Then it hissed, a sound made of static and distortion. It moved out of the chamber, searching for something, probably me. The voice in my mind returned weaker than before, telling me to leave, telling me the mimic creature had escaped containment long ago, and had been searching the desert ever since for a way back into the ship. If it re-entered the core, it would control everything, and nothing on Earth would be able to stop it. I thanked whatever the voice was and started toward the exit, but the corridor shifted around me, blocking my path. The ship was changing, adapting to protect itself, hiding me from the mimic. The walls grew darker, forming new passageways that never existed moments before. The clicking footsteps grew louder as the creature moved faster, sensing the ship, resisting it. I ran down a newly formed tunnel and reached the opening of the craft. Moonlight poured into the chamber. I climbed the slope of sand, pulling myself out of the sinkhole as the hum grew frantic behind me. The creature shrieked from inside the ship, a horrible metallic cry that rattled the ground. The sand beneath my feet trembled. The ship began sinking deeper, like it was burying itself again, choosing to disappear rather than be captured by the mimic. I reached my car, breathless, shaking, covered in sand. The hum faded. The glow vanished. The hull collapsed, leaving only smooth desert. No trace of the ship. No trace of the creature. I started the engine, but the radio turned on by itself again. No static this time. No alien whisper. Just one clear message, spoken in a calm, artificial voice. It is not gone, then silence. I looked at the horizon, where the desert stretched endlessly under the night sky, and wondered something I still cannot escape. If the ship buried itself to hide from the mimic, then why did it let me go so easily? What did it see in my mind that made it trust me? And what happens when the mimic finds me instead of the ship?